So do you have a new team member joining your existing either in-person or virtual team? You're not quite sure what to do in that first meeting to have them feel welcome and have it not be awkward by playing something like Two Truths and a Lie, which people are just frankly tired of at this point in time? Well, in this video, I'm going to share the perfect activity that's going to have them feel welcome and also help your existing team get to know each other better as well. And it will take a few minutes to set up, but the best part is you can use it every time a new member joins your team in the future. Hi, I'm Chris Littlefield. I've spent the better part of 15 years helping leaders at top companies around the world have the most important conversations so their people can do their most important work. Now, if you've gone through the hiring process, then you're well aware of how much effort it took to get to this point, from the job post to filtering through resumes, doing interviews, scheduling interviews, conducting interviews, and then making an offer and the person saying yes or no. And all that effort, if we don't want to go to waste, then we need to do things on day one to set this person up for success. Now, today, we're going to be just talking about them getting to know your team and your team getting to know each other better. But remember, it's important that we go through that onboarding checklist. And if your organization doesn't have one, check out my video, The 3 C's of Onboarding, where I go through all those critical steps that we need to follow to set this person up for success. But today, let's just talk about that first meeting. Now, if you remember your first meeting and how you felt sitting around a boardroom and getting to know your team, or hopping onto a Teams or Zooms call and there's 20 other people with their names quickly going around and saying one thing about themselves or two truths and a lie, who they are and their role, you're trying to capture all of it at once and you're overwhelmed for the first day and it's just too much. So one thing that I love to do is to create a team profiles document. And this is where it takes a few minutes to set up. But what you're going to do is you're going to open something like PowerPoint, or I like Google Slides because people can update on their own. What you're going to do is you're going to create a slide for each one of your team members. So just create one slide once and then you can duplicate it over and over. And then on each slide, you're going to have some person put a photo of themselves like up in the corner. And then you're going to have them put their name, their role, their location. And if you have a remote team, have them also include the time zone they're working in if you have people working in different time zones. Then you can also include things like, what are the kind of projects that you work on the most? You can add a section like, come to me when you have questions about, and then have them finish that. And then you include a personal information section and make this optional because not everybody's going to want to fill it out, like birthday, or if people don't want to say their birthday, the month. And you can put a little caveat. I like to celebrate. I don't like when people celebrate. And you put a little checkbox there. Family and pet names, hobbies, favorite movie, favorite book, subject I love talking about. And then what you're going to do is you're going to create this profile page. You're going to create your page to create a model of it. And then you're going to duplicate it and then have everybody go in and fill in a page for themselves. Then you're going to also have this new team member fill out their page and let them know you don't need to include everything in there, but just include what you want to include. And then pick a question to ask, like, hey, what's one thing that made you smile recently? Or what is your favorite thing about your job right now? Or what's the hardest part of your job? Or what's one thing that you hate doing but you're really good at? And each time a new member joins, add an additional question to this document. And then when people get together, have people go around, introduce themselves about their role, and then pick one of those questions that they're all going to answer. But the best part about doing this is once you create this once, each time a new team member joins, they're going to fill in theirs and also add a question and everybody updates their profile. But then you have one central location where everybody can go and they can read the profiles of people, the subjects that they like talking about. So when they reach out to have a conversation, they know some of the things that people care about, or it's their birthdays and they can check into that document. But by creating this document, you create a holding space for your team where everybody gets to know each other better. That new person has a cheat sheet to remember who everybody is. And you as a leader also get to collect a lot of this information that you probably should have known already, but you may have already forgotten. Okay? So what you're going to do, open up a Google Sheets, create a page, put a picture up in the corner, include as much of this information as you want or any information you want, and then send it out to your team and say, hey, we've got a new member joining. I thought this would be a great activity. I saw to do this on YouTube. I'd love everybody to fill it out. Here's mine. I'll see you next week, and we're going to go through a couple of these questions to get to know each other better in the process. Now, if you enjoyed this video, which I hope you did, please hit like and subscribe and share with at least one other person who you know make a difference for. And together, let's continue to build cultures where people feel valued every day. And if you're looking for support to help your leaders build the kind of cultures where people feel valued every day, reach out to me and check out my leadership programs at beyondthankyou.com. Take care and have an amazing day.